what's up guys, it's Ethan here back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at the Cannonier versus Gregory Rodrigues fight night card for February 15th. I'm giving this out a little bit early because there's about 10 days left until the event, and I'm almost certain, hopefully nobody misses weight, and hopefully they don't really change the card that much, but we'll go ahead and give my opinion now. So let's go ahead and start from the very bottom to the early prelims, and let's go ahead and give our opinion. So look, we got Julia Alvia versus Jacqueline Cavalcanti. These women are coming in at 36 years old. Julia at the 135-pound division, the bantamweight division, versus she's 27. So on paper, right? On paper, you would think that the younger fighter would win. She has a 9-year difference. And maybe because Jacqueline's new, she's fighting out of Portugal versus this United States fighter. Let's go ahead and look at their previous opponents. Y'all are learning about fights as much as I am. So if we could take a look at her fights, she's 3 fights in the UFC, 1 unanimous decision, 2 split decisions. I actually watched this fight, the Meccano Saint Denis. Okay, so interesting. She fought some decent opponents, but nothing too shabby. And we got Julia Alvia. She's 36, so she's got to have some fights under her belt, right? So she lost to Miesha Tate in 2023. That's almost been 2 years since she fought. These aren't very... I mean, she has, 5 UFC fights? She's 3-2 with a TKO, decision, submission. I'm not really too high on her, to be honest. I mean, she's coming out of Oklahoma Martial Arts Academy, which is probably good, but if I had to put my chips on it, I'm going with Jacqueline. I think Jacqueline gets this done with a third round decision because it's a third round fight. It's probably going to be a striker's fight because obviously you could tell they don't really go for takedowns. I mean, Julia, on the other hand, she has a .54 takedown average, but it's definitely going to be a striker's decision type of fight. So let's go ahead and move on. We got Jacqueline by TI decision. So we got Walter Walker versus Dontel Mays. Dontel Mays is coming out of Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but that's where I'm from. He fights actually out of Florida, but he originally, lived in Louisville. And it's very hard to rank these heavyweights because, they have one hit power and they go to either they go to decision or they get 2 first or second round knockouts. It's no in between. So we got Dontel Mays, okay. He's an alright fighter. I mean, he's nothing that impressive, to be honest, but he's okay. And then you have Walter Walker. Walter Walker got a crazy-ass, questionable submission on Junior Taffa in his last fight. I remember watching that. Junior Taffa made a verbal submission, so I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. But he has 2 fights in. He's 1-2 in the UFC, or 1-1 in the UFC. And he's okay. I mean, they call him the Clean Monster. He's alright. Not really that big of a fan of him. He's Johnny Walker's brother. But, if I had... This is more of a coin flip type of fight and a fight that I would not put my money on. But I would say this fight does not go the distance. And I would say a first round KO Walter Walker. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, now we're to the more interesting fights. We got Vince Morales versus Elijah Smith. These young, up-and-coming, actually very young. Elijah Smith's 22 years old versus Vince Morales. Very young, prospect coming out of... Where's this guy coming out of? He's coming out of Victory MMA. Interesting. Victory MMA. That's... hold up. Is this the gym that I saw the other day? Oh, San Diego? Okay, cool. So, interesting. He's a very young fighter, 22 years old, making his UFC debut. He got a decision win the Dana White's Contender Series. And, wow. Okay. To me, man, I really like the young hot prospect. I don't really know his opponents, to be honest. But we got, 34-year-old Vince Morales, 16-8. If we take a look at it, this guy's going for 5 takedowns average. If we had to take a look at it, Vince, he lost his last fight in the UFC. He fought, wow, he actually fought a good amount of time. He fought, he lost his Dana White Contender Series match. But, he's more of a feeder. Yeah, he's a feeder. Okay, look, because he got cut. He lost his recent UFC fight last year. Yeah, this guy's not that good, to be honest. Me personally, man, just because the way it works in UFC, I'm gonna give it to the young guy, 22-year-old Elijah Smith. I'm gonna say he gets it done via submission round 2 against Vince Rouse. All right, we got Chaos Williams versus Gabriel Bofin. Actually, am familiar with Gabriel. He's actually a pretty good fighter. I like him a lot. Versus Chaos Williams. So as we can see that this guy's more of a wrestler. Gabriel fighting out of Cerrado MMA. He's an orthodox fighter. But if we could look, just by his records, he's a submission artist. He has a few KOs, but he's more of a submission artist. He's 3-1 in his UFC career, and he hasn't fought since 2024. So he fights about, he fought 3 times in 2023, once in 2024. Okay, so by the look of it, it's gonna be a wrestler versus a striker. Chaos Williams. You don't really go over takedowns. You don't really, a lot of his. You can just take a look at it. It's all chaos. All right. This dude's been fighting the UFC for a while though, since 2020, so about 5 years. A lot of his wins are within the first or second round. He has a few split decision losses. He lost to Randy Brown. He lost to Michael Pereira. So he lost to some decent opponents. But to me, man, the way the UFC has been lately, wrestlers have been dominating, and this guy is 16-1, Gabriel. But I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's kind of hard to pick, because it is wrestler versus striker. This guy's kind of newer, he's fought. He just got into the Dana White Senior Series 3 years ago. Fought a few fights, all by submission. So I'm going to say that this fight goes the distance. Not this one. This fight goes the distance. I don't think this is, I think this fight, this guy's going to be trying to shoot for takedowns. He's going to strike with him. He's going to keep his distance. Do I keep my decision of it going the distance? Okay, I think Chaos would have to catch him, going for a shoot. They are around the same. Actually, he has a 5-inch reach advantage. I didn't even peep that. Okay, I'm going Chaos Williams, 3rd round TKO, against Gabriel. 1st or 3rd round TKO. Going with Chaos Williams on that one. Okay, we got Jesus Aguilar versus Rafael Esterim in flyweight. So the way I feel about flyweight, right, is mostly never get finishes. Okay, it's mostly decision wins. I mean, he does have a K. Oh, actually, he fought in LFA. It's interesting. Okay, so he does have a KO in his Dana White Senior Series, but he has an ultimate, unanimous decision against Charles Johnson, which actually, picked this card, and I had Charles Johnson winning, so it's very interesting. So we got Rafael, okay. So, as you can see, he averages about 3.35 takedowns a fight, but with only a 20% takedown accuracy. So this guy, aims for less takedowns, but he's more accurate. So obviously, you would see that. This guy, he has a submission win against Stuart Nicoli, which is very interesting because if you go look at it, right, Nicoli, if you go look at the odds for this, right, Nicoli was high odds, I believe, right? Where is it? Yeah, Nicoli was a negative 220 in his fight, and he was a very anticipated prospect, and he got, victory by guillotine choke in his 1st round. So it's very interesting by Jesus Aguilar just because of that, because he derailed that hype train of Stuart Nicoli. I'm going to have to pick Jesus Aguilar. I'm going to pick him. Ooh, it's actually interesting because this dude's 12-0, right? He's never lost, but he only has 2 fights. He has a KO and a decision. Beating Charles Johnson is impressive, okay? Charles Johnson's no slouch. I mean, obviously he had a 3-fight losing streak, but ever since then, he's been going crazy. He's a 4-fight win streak. So I kind of like it, to be honest with you. But I think, oh man, see, that's a test, bro. This is a test fight because look, Jesus is 28. They're both 28, right? I think. You know what? I changed my opinion. I'm going with Rafael Esterim. I don't know if the live odds are out, but I'm going by him. I'm going him. Decision. Rafael beats Jesus via decision. Okay, we got Jared Gordon versus Fernandez We have this 36-year-old Jared Gordon fight lightweight. Um, Jared Gordon's a pretty veteran of the game. He has a good amount. Oh my God, he has a lot of fights in the UFC. He's been fighting since 2017. That's pretty impressive, to be honest. So, he's fought some decent opponents, lost to some. He had a no contest with Bobby Green. He lost to Havres. He's more of a, I don't know how to explain it, like not a gatekeeper, but, oh, wow, he fought Charles Oliveira. That's interesting. And Diego Ferreira. Okay, well, my opinion, Jerry Gordon's never going to be really, a title winner. And, this guy coming in at 29 years old, probably not that many fights in the UFC, right? Yeah, 2 fights. He lost split decision against, Mark Deceased, but he did beat Muhammad, so by KO. Interesting. Um, it's kind of hard to go against the veteran for that, but I think that by history, I'm gonna go with the new guy. I'm gonna take him to beat Jared Gordon. Even though his opponents haven't been tested, quote unquote, I think I'm gonna go with the new guy, Fernandez, by second round. No, third round decision. Okay, we got Angela Hill. Angela Hill is coming in at 40 years old. Okay, her record is 17 and 14 against Souza. This is a 10-year age difference, both at 115. These guys never knock each other out. Okay, Angela Hill, she lost against Ricci. She beat Gone, she beat Benhera, she lost to Dern. Like, she beat Lupi, but like, I don't know how to explain this to y'all, but I don't see Angel Hill. I think she's gonna lose. Okay, just because of the age difference. She did beat her last opponent, but Suzuki coming in at 30 years old. She has a submission win against Gasman. She beat Man, lost to Silva. She's 2-1 in her UFC career so far, and she has a bright future ahead of her coming out of Carciana Academy. I don't know where is that. Where's Carcio Academy? Where's this team at? This is Brazil. Okay, so it's a Brazilian gym. Okay, interesting. So they're United States versus Brazil. I'm going to lean Souza decision win. 3 rounds. I think Angel Hill takes her next loss. Okay, so we have Connor Matthews coming in at 32 years old, 145. They're both at switch stances. This guy's more of a wrestler. I see 7 takedown averages versus Connor Matthews, more of a striker. Okay, so we have Connor Matthews. He lost by KO in his fight night. He's 1-2. Actually, he's 0-1 in UFC. We don't really count Dana White Senior Series wins that much. Versus Jose Del Aguio. This guy also, new to UFC. He has a second round TKO in Dana White Senior Series. I think I'm going to ride the hype train for this one. I am going to go Jose beating Connor Matthews. He has a 3-inch height advantage. He has a 2-inch reach advantage. And he's a wrestler. He averages 7 takedowns a fight. So I think I'm going to go with him against Connor Matthews. Second round KO. Jose. Okay, we got Petrorisky versus Vera. Interesting. So they're both fighting out of, 33-35. Same reach. Different stance. Man, so this is going to be a close fight, to be honest. I think it's going to be a split decision. Just by looking at it, I don't think it's going to be a very close fight. I mean, obviously, Ferreira, he submitted Armin Perosian. He beat Cody Brunage, lost to Chris Curtis, beat Dustin Stavus. Outstanding. He has a pretty decent, I mean, quote, decent resume, okay? I wouldn't say it's, like, very good, but, Petrosky, I mean, he beat Josh Freem. He lost to Michael Pereira in the first round. He went to split decision with Mershart. I'm not a believer. I mean, he lost to Brian Battle, 4 years ago. Not a fan. Okay, so to be honest with y'all, I am going to go with Vera against Petrosky. I'm going to go second round KO. Vera. No, actually, third round. I'm going to go decision here. Okay, I'm going to go decision. Okay, we got Bonfim versus Sedakov coming in at lightweight. So we have, 5'10", 5'8", 28, 9, 30. Orthodox versus Southpaw. Y'all know how I feel about that. It's gonna be a different, interesting fight. This guy has, he's 2-1 in this UFC. He did knock out Terrence McKinney, but he lost to Benoit Saint Denis. Beat Pichel. So I mean, it's decent opponents. Losing to Benoit at that time, he was a hyped opponent. McKinney obviously is either you knock him out in the first round or he knocks you out in the first round. Like it's usually how it goes. And then we got Nazim Zadikov. So usually, if their name ends with a B and they're from a country you can't pronounce, they're a wrestler. Okay. So if you can tell, yeah. Oh, okay. So you have a submission win. TKO. So they both. So he lost to Terrence McKinney. He drawed against Borshev. Interesting. Actually, I remember this fight. It was a draw. Then he had a TKO against Evan Elder. Interesting. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. It's gonna be a hard fight for me to pick. I think that obviously, this guy coming out of a fight out of a country you can't pronounce. He doesn't go for takedowns, so he's a striker. Normally, you'd be like, hey, this or hey, that. I think I'm gonna go Bonfim for this. I'm gonna go second round. No, first round KO Bonfim. He's gonna beat Nazim. I think that's how I'm gonna go. But overall, I'm going Bonfim. Okay, we got Dylan Boca, which is actually one of my favorite new guys. I've been following his career for about a few months now, and he's fighting against Shabazin. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm going with Dylan. I'm being biased here, but I mean, if you're getting submitted by Jared Borshoff in 2024, barely beating, yeah, nah. See, I mean, this is good. This is good. Man, at the time that was good. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I'm going with Dylan on this one, bro. I don't think Dylan loses. He's 7-4. He lost his last 2 UFC fights, but I think he comes back better and better. And he did, face Caesar Almeida and Petrosky. These are decent opponents. He did actually. Wow, he fought Asma. That's interesting. He fought him in Wow. Okay, I didn't realize that. Wow. Okay, he fought him in LFA. So all right, cool. I think going with Dylan on this one, bro. I'm taking Dylan decision win against Edmund Shabazin. Oh, now this is interesting. I love this card. I love this fight right here. Okay. This shit right here, boy. Let me tell you something. This is gonna be a striker's paradise. I smell first round knockout on this one. Okay. I love Yusuf Zala. Yusuf Zala in his last fight, man, was amazing. He submitted Jack Shore in the second round. He beat Aaron's Quinterino. He's on a streak right now. This brother is nice. Okay, I love Yusuf Zala. He's amazing coming out of Factory X Muay Thai. I picked him. Yeah, I remember this. Okay. So this dude's having a great year, man. But he's fighting a great striker, man. Calvin Qatar, bro. He's no slouch, okay? But Calvin Qatar is, like I said, he's a striker. And he does not go good. He's on a 3-fight losing streak. He lost, this was a disgusting ass fight. Aljamain versus him. That was a boring ass fight. But him getting knocked out by Arnold Allen, barely losing to Josh Emmett. Beating Giga was nice. Losing to Max. I remember this fight, actually. I remember seeing it. Damn, he lost to Zabit, too. Okay, so this dude's been around the ringer for a while. Damn, he lost to Moicano back in 2018? But, I mean, wow. That was a long time ago. And Jeremy Stevens. Damn. I remember Jeremy Stevens. Okay, but, be honest with y'all, I'm going Zala on this one. I'm going Zala, second round submission. Calvin Qatar. That's how we're going to end it. It's going to be a finish. Easy submission. All right. Because Calvin Qatar is going to struggle against the wrestler. He's going to lose. I'm going Yusuf Zala. Okay, so look, we got Jared Cannonier versus Gregory Rodrigues. So Jared Cannonier, maybe 40 years old, but that brother, that uncle, he fights like he's no other. He did lose to Kaio, which is Kaio's damn near great, fighting out the Fighting Nerds, but he did get a man. See, I don't think this was fair because I went to this card, okay, and I think it was an early stoppage. So more than likely, he would just have one loss under his record. But I mean, he did beat Martin Vinaveri. He did beat Sean Strickland 3 years ago. Hasn't really fought that much, to be honest. He fights like once or twice a year. Okay, so he's not super active. I mean, damn near he fought Anderson Silva, bro. Like not even that long ago. So it's hard for me. He's more of a gatekeeper, to be honest, versus Gregory Rodrigues. Gregory Rodrigues, damn near he may be 32, but that brother looks 45. God, look at this. It's old. So this dude's been around the ringer for a while. You know, he lost his Dana White series match, but he hasn't really fought anyone that good, to be honest. Like Julian Marquez is garbage, bro. He lost. I mean, he lost in 20 seconds in executive grease. Like, not that good of a guy, to be honest. No strays, but I'm just keeping it a bean. I mean, KO and Dennis, KO and Brad Tavares is nice. Beating Christian Leroy Duncan is nice too. Yeah, that is pretty nice, to be honest. I'm smelling decision on this one. It's gonna be a close fight. I think the odds definitely represent their fight itself. It's gonna be a close fight. Jared may be 40 years old, but he still has that dog in him. And obviously we saw Izzy get himself cracked. So I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all, bro. It's gonna be a hard fight for me to pick because it is the main event. But going Gregory here. I'm going Gregory. Going Gregory KO. I'm going Gregory KO. Third round. Third round KO. No, fourth round. I'm going Gregory fourth round KO against Cannonier. That's what I'm going. I think Gregory knocks him out in the fourth round. He cracks him, finishes him on the ground, TKO. So that's my predictions of this UFC Fight Night Cannonier versus Rodrigues fight. That's my picks. So let's go ahead and review it real quick so I can tell y'all, just in case I don't remember. So we're going Jacqueline by decision. We're going. I forgot. Damn. This fight's just not gonna go the distance. I say it's first round KO. Walter Walker. Elijah Smith. I say it's gonna be decision. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And my favorite fights, to be honest, my favorite fights of this card are gonna be by far. You got Yusuf Zala versus Kevin Qatar. I'm going to go Bonfim versus Nazim. That's going to be a good fight. And Jesus Aguilar versus Rafael Esteban. Those will be my top 3 favorite fights of the card. Hopefully they pan out right. But if not, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down below who you guys got. And peace out.